Welcome everybody. Great. So everybody can have a seat and yeah, perfect. So, well, again, welcome to Radio Hack Europe by Radiodays. I'm not going to go into a long introduction, but just to remind, basically what we've done this past 48 hours here with everyone, and for those who are popping in for the final presentations, the jury deliberation, and so on. So Radio Hack Europe is a hackathon. So basically, we had participants coming in, getting together into teams, choosing a project in the topic of radio, audio, and working together during 48 hours. They had some sleep during the night, they did, but otherwise they were really motivated, active, and they will so today show their presentation, and they will pitch this. Yay! They will pitch this. They will pitch their project in front of the audience, and on the first set of chairs we have the jury, you guys. So welcome to the jury members, 7 jury members that will be evaluating the project, giving out points without going into all the details. So we have 7 criteria to actually evaluate the project, 1 to 6 points for each criteria, and 7 jury members. So there's a total of 294 points for a project, and the best score wins, basically. That's the idea. We have trophies. We'll have 3 presentations from the team here, and a 4th presentation as well. So 4 pitches altogether. And the winner will also be on stage on Tuesday at 10 a.m. on Tuesday at Radiodays Europe on track 4 to showcase what they have done. So I think without any further things, so I'll welcome the first team to come on stage for the presentation, for the pitch.
So the first team is Radio Act.
Thank you.
So maybe just one last comment. They have, I didn't say that, so sorry, but they have 3 minutes. 3 minutes to actually pitch their project. So we have a timekeeper here, Jan.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So good afternoon, everyone. We have a product called RadioAct that we'd like to present to you. We ask ourselves this question: how to engage with your public even more than you're already doing? We made this observation. How does a radio get feedback? I looked at my own radio station, and how they mostly work is a DJ announces a call for comments, and they then go to Twitter, to Instagram, to Facebook to look at the responses to that specific question. So this creates a slow feedback loop. There's a lot of time between asking the question and receiving the feedback and working through it. So what we propose is that we increase the speed of this feedback loop, and instead of using a third-party platform, third-party social media, integrate it inside of your product, inside of your existing platforms to increase the speed that you can process and work with the feedback. To work with that, you've all received for demo time, you've received some QR codes that you can scan with your phone. If you have an iPhone, you can just use the camera app, which has an integrated QR code reader. If not, there's also a short URL at the bottom that you can enter into your web browser. For everyone else, I'm also presenting the web-based version of it here on the right side. On the left, we have the editorial side of things, and where we can see previously submitted polls. For example, your favorite moment to listen to the radio. You can see the previous listeners really like to listen to the radio before noon. There's a different poll, votation for the horns of cows. Are you for or against? But I would like to start a new poll right now. So I can create one down here, but I've created one for this presentation. My question for you is, which is the best Daft Punk album? So now you can see on your phone, at the moment there's Aerodynamic by Daft Punk playing, and I want to now activate the poll. All your screens should have been updated now, and you can now select your favorite album, and you can see the results coming in live. Obviously, the best album is Discovery. But almost everyone agrees with me, so we can now see live the results. But you can't yet when you're not in the editorial team, so you press the button to display results, and then you can also see on your phone the results that we at the editorial team also see. This is just a web-based version of how we would integrate a product. We have also prepared an Android version, which is also native, which has the same functionality. This shows that the product can also be implemented in different platforms, independent on technology. I thank you for your attention.
Thank you. Homework is better. I don't have a first question just that to launch the discussion.
I have to disagree with you here. There's a unanimous statistics.
Munia, do you have a question?
Sorry, how many times could I vote? If I want to break your system, if I want to answer more than one time?
In the current implementation, you would refresh it and it would be seen as a new user. But if you have user login, then you would only be able to vote once.
Okay. If I decide as a publisher to have only one answer.
Sure. It can be dependent on what you want.
You answered everything. So you gave us an example of that sitting within an application for broadcaster. Can you think of, let me word this correctly, do you think there's any benefits in having this as sort of a generic protocol whereby you could integrate this into a car head end or a real tabletop device so that anyone can interact with the radio station through any device, not just the mobile app?
Yes. In current radio technology, I see a lot of ways to push one way from the radio broadcaster to the listeners. And I think there are existing technologies that you have, because you only need a little bit of data to send back to the radio broadcast. Maybe a user ID and maybe a poll answer. So I think it's possible indeed in those existing platforms to send feedback back, yes. Also the demo that we just gave, it's actually also a demo for Android Auto, but then it's also app-based.
I was wondering who is your user? Like, what type of user are you targeting?
The vision that we had in our mind is, for example, like my grandfather who is listening to the radio. He's not going to go on Facebook and respond to a political debate. Well, not at least my grandfather. So what we're targeting is, for example, he's driving in his car and it comes up in the dashboard he just parked and he wants to react it because the platform is already integrated. It's already existing. It's already something he's familiar with. So the users, so actually just the users, listeners who are already listening to the radio station.
Actually, I have one question. A lot of radio stations do polls via Instagram, Facebook, and so on, social media platforms. Is there a way to integrate these platforms in your app, in your application?
Yes, I believe it is possible to integrate those systems, but I think that's well, I think that's a little bit of a step backwards. Personally, it would be technically possible, no problem. But I think the added benefit of just using it on your existing platforms without dependencies on different social medias and such has a benefit. But I don't see why it could not be integrated with current existing APIs.
Thanks. That was Team Radio Act. Thank you. We can give him a round of applause.
Thank you.
And you can find the hack sheet for the 3 projects actually on this wall over there with some more details. Thank you. Second team to pitch will be engagement booster, please.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your attention. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, today I want to talk to you about the future of radio and how it is going to be entirely eclipsed in the near future by YouTube. This clearly is not what you want. And we have to look at the reasons why this is. And I think that it is because YouTube has a very strong user community and a direct method of feedback because everything is online. And we need to actually work to be able to generate a community around radio, something that is engaging, and that is my pitch. This is the engagement booster and the way to create a community around your radio stations using gamification. Now, the first step in achieving this is to achieve multi-level content. You've got your broadcast stream, but whenever there's something that piques someone's interest, you need a way, an app or a website that is going to allow them to get into deeper levels of online content. And if you've got the infrastructure for this, you can very easily create a web community with forums and chat rooms, etc., whereby people can engage. Now, this is going to be a lot of work to moderate. So you're going to need some kind of ambassador where someone's volunteering to moderate and feedback. How do you encourage this? You've got your radio station, you've got your listeners. Let's sign them up to an app or a website where they can be basic or premium content. And then through gamification, you can turn them into ambassadors and encourage them to generate their own content, which can then go back into the online forum and then generate more listeners, and you get a self-sustaining loop. And you are generating and supporting a community. And if this goes around enough times, you'll be able to actually generate your own content that can go onto the air. The third step in the gamification is to level up. You've got to be able to set the community a bunch of challenges to encourage engagement, which ultimately is going to demonstrate their loyalty to you. Of course, you can even charge for premium access. You can level up by paying, and that's a generation of a revenue stream. But why would people even want to be an ambassador? The answer is that it promotes a sense of achievement. You give them all kinds of things that they want to make them feel like they're winning, like they're succeeding, and that they're engaged. And why do they want to do this? Because ultimately, at the end of the tunnel, there's exclusive experiences that only you guys can offer them that YouTube certainly cannot. Whatever the community wants, if it's in your power, you should give it to them. And then you can reap the rewards, because ultimately happy listeners means a growing community with more profit. The message is love your listeners and they will love you back. Thank you very much. Any questions with the ominous YouTube logo coming in the background?
I have one question. Who would be the next member of the team implementing that? What is the next skill set you need for that?
So the reason I am a team on my own is because I have zero software skills. I'm a concepts guy, and I would have to hand that over to someone who can provide the web app or the forum that's able to generate the engagement with the listeners. That would have to be led by a radio studio of some kind. And once you have that platform, hopefully it would generate organically.
Thanks.
So, thank you. A quick question. So I see how you build ambassadors and how you can use gamification for rewards, but can you explain a little bit more about user-generated content, basically, please?
Well, the idea would be that when you have the app, you hear something that's on the radio broadcast, for example, a Foo Fighters song, and you're saying, yes, I really want to engage, and somehow you press a link on your app or you go onto the website somehow, and there's a, did you just like what you heard in the last 5 minutes link that takes you to the rock area of the website, which has a chat room. It's got people discussing which albums they prefer, just like you just did with the previous presentation. It's got people talking about how they went to the concert that was in Bern the other month and how that was better than the concert that they went to in Stockholm. And You can even get people potentially trying to become ambassadors in order to generate content for the reward of hearing your own stuff online. And if you've got a podcast generation going on, this can be encouraged. And people can be generating their own online content that then feeds into other listeners, and they can agree and disagree and have a discussion about it, and it generates a community feeling.
No question for me.
So, oh, blimey, sorry. I put myself up there. So you're talking about building kind of micro communities based on what's on air. And as we just said, the user-generated content purely in a sort of a smaller forum. What do you see as the role of the actual broadcaster in that? Because it seems to me like there's two sides. There's the broadcaster's content, there's the community's content. What do you think you can do to kind of bridge those two worlds together?
I don't think that those two content providers are mutually exclusive. I think that the job of the DJ and the personality, which is the thing that radio has over YouTube, for example, is to lead the discussion. And at that point, once you have enough discussion going on that's getting feedback and it becomes self-sustaining, it's then the radio's job to respond to that. And if you can see that, I don't know, a sports broadcast, you're talking about what's going on in the world of football, whether Roger Federer's just won his last match in tennis, the volleyball team's going on, and suddenly the web starts going crazy for volleyball, maybe that should be actually influencing your choices about your editorial guidelines. You should maybe perhaps try to appeal more to the volleyball fans that are there, rather than the people who support football, because they're all listening to another station. And this is all metadata and information that you can use to go to advertisers, and you can create revenue streams by focusing your targeted online content as well as appealing to the base with your main broadcast.
And that's it. Thank you, Simon. Next team to go on stage is team Time Me.
Hello everyone, today I want to introduce our project, Time Me. With Time Me, stop wasting your time and become your better self. Let's considering a situation that you are waiting for a bus. Maybe you want to listen to the music, maybe you want to watch the video, but you always take too much time to select the things you like. And it is difficult for you to finish the things you find during the fragment time, right? So it will be better to select according to the time. The publisher can have a better control what they want to share, and the reader can easily find the things they find and finish the things in the fragment time. Also, it is easier for IT programmers to implement the recommendation systems. And I want to say that it is also a knowledge sharing platform. Publisher can publish and share knowledge with different type of medium, such as radio and video. Also, readers can learn through the Time Me during the fragment time. We believe that Time Me will be a great platform in the future to spread knowledge. So let's imagine if we are waiting for a bus with Time Me. So you open the app and click Time Me, and you can input your username and the password. If you didn't have account, you can register one. And click login, you have time to choose. Maybe you have 3 minutes left, you can click 3 minutes. And there are several recommendation systems and recommendations. So if you are interested in this news, click it, and then you can find the whole news. It's short, so you can finish it in 3 minutes. And also, if you are interested in the videos, click it and see it's 3 minutes, so you can finish it in the fragment time. Also, if you have more time left, you can click Time Me and input the time you want. And click search. There are several topics. If you are interested in the fashion part, you click it. And there are also several recommenders. So if you are also interested in the news, click it. Now you can find it's longer than previous one because it's 5 minutes. So let's go back. Also, if you want to share your knowledge with others, you can click publish with several simple operations and input the title of your knowledge. It's okay, and then you can share it. Okay, it's success. Let's go back. And you can also find your information in the profile. And in the profile, you can find the season report of your past season, that what you have done with the timing. Maybe you share something, you read something, and you watch something. You can know everything there. So with timing, you stop wasting your time and be better of yourself. Thank you. So we are a team, so we will stay together. Yeah.
So my question would be, how do you better or faster educate the algorithm tailored to my interests? That's related to several discussions we had over the weekend. So
I will first say something that if you are a new user, of course we will recommend you maybe top 3 hottest video or radio. And if you are a regular user, you will have your history data, so we can recommend you something based on your history data. And for recommendation system, recommendation engine.
Yes. Okay. So I want first show that we have some specific knowledge sharing, because we think that in a very short time people find it hard to read every word because they are very tired waiting for bus. But we can design a kind of cartoon-based knowledge. You can say it's a distribute of the it's kind of thing that we make a kind of cartoon story, and a guy then he climbs the Himalaya mountain, but he found that they find something like, but finally he did. What he hand is the it's a very this thing, but sorry, the shit. So yeah, but we want to find a very small knowledge to share it with our clients, and we have to say that because nobody cleans this kind of thing on the mountain, so the distribution is very huge. And how about how people process them on the out space? I think through this kind of content, people will find it easier to understand the knowledge, and they will learn more from it. And we can also have a kind of private short video station. People just record their own knowledge and to share it according to a very small video, and we directly play them and results stop, because as we don't want people to select them because they don't have much time. So we compulsory to recommend them to the auditor. If they like, they can continue listening, and if they don't like, they can slide. So for the recommendation system, the first thing is we select according to time, because we shrink a lot of data according to time, and our algorithms can easily run on those data. I mean, smaller amount of data.
You had several features in the app, and you took the time to explain how our own history. You know, we have a profile, and we can look at what we have looked at the past year and so on. So how does this fit with the rest, and how important it is?
So we create a basic website, and from this website, if you create an event, you will get some data from JSON style, and from this data, we make some fake data from this in this version, and I think it's 1,000 data, and we use a visualization tool to visualize the report from this data, and you will get this report based on your history data. Maybe it's one season, and you can see which topic is your favorite one, and how many videos or radios you published, and what kind of knowledge you shared with each other. So it's like something to help you to know what kind of person you are, and what kind of knowledge you already get, and what kind of knowledge you want to improve yourself to learn more.
If you are interested in the report, we just print there, and it will show everything that you have done in the past season, and will recommend something for you.
With Timey, you're acting like a content aggregator. How do you gonna deal with the content publishers to have the right to aggregate and to curate all the contents that you're showcasing today?
Okay. So as we showed before, like you can choose, first you will choose the time, you can choose your topic, and you can give your video a name, and you can publish something. Maybe you are a geographer, a person who are an expert for geography. You can make a small video in 1 minute or 2 minutes or 3 minutes and publish in on timey, and everybody can click it based on different times. And
yes, and that is for private person. But I think for the company, we should somehow make a kind of content according to this. Slides. We want to hire some people, and they specific develops the knowledge. People can understand in a very short time. The format can be a cartoon or can be a very short video. I think, yeah, through the private and the company side, we can make a very good content recommendation system.
So I think we won't control too much about what kind of content you provide to us. You just need to follow our flow, 1 minute, 2 minutes. You can give us cartoon, you can give us video, you can give us anything you want to share knowledge with each other. We don't care about it's a serious one or it's a funny one, it's interesting one, or it's about geography, it's about this one. It's okay for us, so it's what I want to say. Thank you.
Probably not a question, but more an observation. So, although the idea of filling up every minute of my day fills me with horror, I would say it's probably quite useful, for instance, if you are planning a journey on something like Google Maps, and it says the next bus is in 5 minutes' time, then it gives you the content to fill that 5 minutes' time as a direct integration with Google Maps. I mean, I just like to stare at the nearest dog or the sky or something, but some people might want some content for that, so it would be quite nice to kind of fill in there. It's not really a question.
With YouTube API or something like that, because now YouTube has a time filter, but it's only less than 4 minutes or longer than 20 minutes. So, but we focus on limited time, frequented time. And if you have 2 hours or 1 day for Sunday, you can go out for your family, or you can see a movie from video or from YouTube. But we focus on frequented time. So we can integrate it with YouTube if they can have a time section for me, something like that. Yeah, thank you. Of course, your idea is good. You can integrate it with the Google Map. Thank you. Thank you for your idea.
Martin?
How do you make money? Because it's nice to have a lot of user-generated content, but there must be anything like a license model or something like this.
You are your band.
Yeah, I think because you will share knowledge, right? Knowledge is money. Yeah, so when you share knowledge, you think it worth something. Yeah, you can earn money from it. And because we are the creator, so we will earn money from this, like a million. Okay, and if you are a cameraman, you want to share it free, it's pretty good. Like Euro, you know, the author of the Euro, they want to share it. And yeah, even for the company, if you want to be our partner, we also will like share the maybe publish the knowledge from your company. Yeah, I think this be easier to make money. Yeah.
So I think first our technology can be divided into different aspects, and we can integrate it with such as Google Map, YouTube, and if they want us knowledge, we can of course sell them. And second, as Shen Zhao just said, the knowledge is money. So we want to use knowledge to help you improve yourself, and of course we can earn money from this knowledge.
Yes, so if you like the knowledge, you can also give some tips for the creator. It's somehow called like a very easy way to like a knowledge exchange, but some people were willing to pay for that. And of course, advertisement will be another kind of profit. So I think this should make profit is not that hard. I mean, in the internet world, yes.
Thank you very much, Team Taimi. And without further ado, our latest speaker.
Hello, good afternoon. I'm sorry I couldn't be here all the days. I already had Hack Days last weekend, but I wanted to do something. I'm not a coder. I'm a passionate radio maker, and I work for the SRF. RAS in French means nothing to report, but what I mean with RAS means, this kind of advertisement everywhere. So radio ad sucks. This is my project. So this is a new platform. I always wanted to do that before, but there is already an ad blocker since January. I just discovered that, and they make already something very Swiss. They denounce people. Oh, there is an advertisement. But I wanted to improve this ad blocker. So radio ad sucks does different. To improve, you need a statement. You need to say, I don't want commercial on my radio. So I'm very happy to make friends with the service public in France and Belgium. You're about to listen to an advertisement segment. What do you want to do? Listen to support my radio, or don't listen and mail to my radio. And I say directly, I don't want to listen to the advertisement because I think you should finance yourself differently. Or you can send it directly on the social media, it's worse. Second, for the private radios, what do you want to do? Listen to support my radio? No, don't listen, or don't listen, but support my radio with donation. So this is another way of financement for private radios. But let's go further with this guy. This guy is the ex-CEO of TF1, the big TV group. I said, what we sell to Coca-Cola for commercial, it's available brain time. So what we have with no commercial on radio, it's available radio time. Let's use it. Okay, this is what's normal.
France Inter, 7h. France Inter. Nicolas Demorand. Le 7-9. Et nous sommes le vendredi 29 mars. Bonjour à tous et bienvenue sur France Inter. La météo dans quelques instants.
Advertisement jingle.
C'est difficile d'en parler, mais ça nous concerne tous. Tout de suite, on écoute Isabelle, responsable du choix funéraire à Dijon.
Un contrat
It's a funeral commercial.
Un placement d'argent fait
you want to
en
buy a
fonction
coffin or
d'un
something.
devis par rapport à vos désirs pour vos obsèques.
Retrouvez votre agence sur lechoixfunéraire.com, aux côtés des familles depuis plus de 20 ans.
Back to
la
the
météo,
normal.
Marie-Pierre Planchon. Bonjour Marie-Pierre.
Bonjour Nicolas.
C'est la plus belle journée de la semaine.
Oui, avec...
She says the best day of the week, but it could be better with that. With your personal ad instead of ad.
La météo dans quelques instants.
Hello Samuel. You look great today. Missing the ads? Not really, I guess. Have a great ad-free day. Hear you soon.
La météo, Marie-Pierre Planchon.
So it's commercial for yourself, or you can get a fake ad made by the community.
La météo dans quelques instants.
Mourir, oui, mais mourir autrement, dans la dignité. Enterrez votre pub avec Radio Ad Sucks.
La météo, Marie-Pierre Planchon.
Back to the normal. And then the last one, get some personal messages.
La météo dans quelques instants.
Vous avez un message personnel. De Nel.
Bonjour mon amour. Alors, je pense beaucoup à toi pour cette présentation. Je sais que tu vas faire ça super bien. Comme je dis d'habitude, you go get them, tiger. Je t'aime et à très vite.
La météo, Marie-Pierre Planchon.
Voilà. And so to finish, how it works. Oh, maybe. Okay. Okay, identify the commercial, listen to it. You can see how much it costs for forever when you lost someone. And you can replace the commercial and make some personal messages And this is a huge community creating ads or using the system of free radio time to message. Thank you.
So Samuel is off contest, so we let him finish. Thank you, Sam. Questions then. Yeah, I'm looking forward to what community forum we should build with which tools to edit those ones. Yeah, we can talk about it later, maybe, or if you want to answer a bit.
Yeah, I think my goal would be to contact the guy from the Radio Ad blog, because I think it's not funny. We should do something funny with that. But I think everyone doesn't want commercial on the radio, and I think the streaming platform are putting commercial if you don't pay, but here you are taking commercials away and decide to pay or not, and I think that could be a way to finance definitely. If you make the calculation, 100,000 listeners, 1 million budget, it's 10 francs or 10 euros per year per listener. It's nothing.
Yeah, maybe a quick question. It's so we can discuss that for a long time, but for public service radio, why not have donations? Why not? You had this. No, I just don't want ad. Do something else. But they, you know how sometimes public service actually needs also some money. Apart from what they get from people. Yes. And yeah, I know. I took your question. Sorry.
No. Please proceed.
But I think it's a legal problem. You already pay redevance. I don't know the fees. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, but in Switzerland, there is just partnership, but no commercial. On France Inter, Radio France, there is a bit of commercials, and on RTBF they go to the very, very limit of European Union. It's 12 minutes per hour of commercial. I think for public radio, there is a question.
That's okay.
Yeah, maybe not just not a question, but also an observation. Actually, you assume that the channel you're listening to is actually interesting. But if it would not be, it just might also be an option just to listen to something else or switch to another channel or something like that.
The magic of the radio is that you turn it on and it works. And if you have to do things, I think it's a shame. So we are trapped in the commercial system, on my opinion. But you're right, and that's why I say also, I want to support my radio. Maybe I want to listen to advertisement, even if I hate this, because I know my good radio needs commercials. But maybe if the private radios will receive money differently, like newspaper when you pay them, maybe they will do like the public service, radio because they are paid and not making radio to be paid. I don't know.
So I think I disagree with your premise that everyone doesn't like advertising. I think there are some numbers somewhere, which I'm not going to quote, that actually the sound of a radio station includes its adverts. The problem maybe you're describing is that a lot of radio stations have awful adverts. So they should put some quality control because it's part of the station's sound. Anyway, that's my lecture over. But what I think is a nice idea, though, is if you can have a station where you can personalize the ads from your friends. So your friends can make amusing adverts for you as part of the user-generated content. But again, we're talking about a user-generated content stream. But again, there's no question. I'm sorry.
I just noticed when I went on, for example, France Inter, the slots are very precise, 30 seconds. Then you can produce 30 seconds fake ads. I think it's marvelous. There is no, let's go, hack the radio. And we can make
Great. Thank you, Samuel. Let's have a look at the. Well, we'll start by the third place to have a little bit of suspense, but maybe well, it was an interesting deliberation, an interesting discussion among the juries before we start. But there was a lot of interest for all the 3 projects. I would say the 4 project, but we discussed mainly about the 3 for the prizes, and well, you've done a wonderful job, all of you. But we had to make a choice. So we have the third place for engagement booster, and Team Simon. Yes, Simon. Yeah, Simon, it's you. Yeah. This is great. Warm round of applause for Simon again. Good work. And now second place. So this was actually close, but second place is for the Timey project. Congratulations, guys. Yeah. Yeah. I wonder. That's where the batteries should go dead. No, but yeah, so first place, no suspense, radio act. Yay. Nice work. Bravo. Nice work. Yeah, great. So before we have that. So before we go to apéro, but I'd like to first say warm thank you. So first of all to the participants. I mean, you're the heroes of the 3 days. You worked really hard. I hope you learned a lot. But it was I think an amazing adventure for us all. Me as a host. Other people around who helped, and it was great having you here in Lausanne for the hackathon. So, congratulations! Thank you to the jury. I think you've been here, to look at these, to listen to these pitches, and it was great to have you here to do this evaluation. Special thanks to Albert and Jan. So Jan, I'll start with Albert, but Albert was here from day one, stayed here for 48 hours as a coach and helped the participants a lot, and we had very interesting discussions together. So, hey, thank you. Jan is part of the jury, but Jan was also here to coach and help me out. So a big thank you to Jan, especially. Very important, all the staff, all students who helped for food, who helped to get this room ready for 48 hours, always perfect. So thanks a lot to all you guys. And a special thank you to Leonor, who's been working with the staff, but helping me out organizing this hackathon for like a few weeks now. Huh? Yeah. So thank you, Leonor. I'll say the last, thank you to supporters from the hackathon. So apart from the main sponsors, MediaRoad and the Media Center, the MI, EPFL. We had some great help also from David Systems and from Atomos as supporters this year. And a big thank you to SRG and to Xberry for pitching their APIs on Friday and to give that to participants for them to try out and use if they wanted to. So okay, so a big thank you to everybody. And now, apéro. So apéro. For the participant, you can approach any jury member, and they would be really happy to talk to you, to give you some more. Yeah, that's a good idea. So some more feedback on your project. So don't be shy, and it's apéro. It's also about discussing. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, and that's coming. So the sheets, the hack sheets that all the teams prepared will be available in the exhibition space. There's a corner for the hackathon around all the projects, the research projects from EPFL. So Innovation Square, you can have a look over there. And on Tuesday at 10, track 4, there will be a presentation from the winners. So Radio Act will be on stage to present their project. And so the jury, yeah, the Swiss way, yeah. Let's do this correctly. So this is for you guys. So thank you again for coming in. Yeah, a nice wine from the region. Yeah. I see the Frenchman is. So great. So thank you all. This is it's been quite a nice adventure. So thank you all.